Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the Daily Dose. This evening on Yawning Ways account, we will be covering the newer events, mainly because I feel like I should probably always preface this stuff with it's very situational. A lot of the stuff that is appearing in the events, it would be poor for me as a sort of uh, content creator slash assistant to Dynasty Scrolls Global to not say that eventually these things that you're going to get become obsolete. So they're no longer relevant within the meta group, and they're certainly not going to be relevant for your teams. Now, are they cool? Yeah. Are they shiny? Absolutely. Is it a part of the game's design for you to want to pursue them? Yeah, absolutely. Of course, if you want to build the newest time hero, old mate Yu Sun Sin, I've already done sort of a review on this guy prior. I have found some synergies on the Korean server accounts, which are well and truly ahead of us in terms of the generation of mythic capacity. However, if you just want to build this guy for the index score, absolutely go ahead. You're going to get some free time tokens every time you log in. Pretty much stock standard for any summonings event. However, this one is only one hero. The other ones were kind of for four heroes, which was cool and all, but I don't know. I don't know if they'll release those ones again. Maybe they'll appear in the treasure chest form if you're halfway through building, say, Tokugawa, which I think we are. We're still using Tokugawa on this account, aren't we? We got him to 4 star. Potentially, I can swap him out later on if he doesn't fit the build. We might even do a little bit of a power up if we can. Can we actually level this guy up? We can indeed. Let's go. Get you to elephant. Nothing too crazy. Tomorrow I will be doing an awakening video, so we'll be awakening our first charm on Lu Bu, and then I really don't know if there'll be much of a power up there anymore. I was a little bit impatient. I just did my own things behind the scenes. I didn't really feel like talking for an hour today, but either way, I'll give you a recap of the PB's account later on. In terms of this, though, from a mid game perspective, if you do want to build Yu Sheng Sin or Yi Sun Sin or Mr. Sun or Mr. Sin, whoever you want to call him, just be mindful that you realistically need to get him to 7 star. And I should probably preface that in saying it's going to be a very challenging task to get him to 7 star, mainly because you're going to need around 100. No, you're going to need about, I'd say, 1,500 tokens. It took me about 1,500 tokens to get Motochico to 7 star. They do have a pity system now, which is good. It is a good thing. We can talk about drop rates in a second. But basically, if you're going to build this guy, you really have to think, how is he going to fit within your team? Being a time hero, he has no affinity. So he doesn't give any of your other heroes a bonus, which is a big, it actually does impact you a little bit in terms of the synergy behind it. But he is kind of like a one man army. I will give you that. He does very good column damage. He realistically crits. He has huge amounts of accuracy buff. He ignores defense. He has an ability to essentially delay tactic. So he has a chance for the enemy in that column that he attacks to stop them from using their rage essentially for 2 rounds. He when he crits, basically he removes 2 debuffs from himself. So whether or not that's from his active ability or if his normal ability, whenever he crits, he removes debuffs. So he's essentially his own little savior's blessing. And of course, then he has an ability to equip a shield based off 100% of his attack and reduce damage reduction of all enemies by 30%. So he's a debuff, he's a buff, he's a buff nullifier. He's an all-in-one kind of guy. Is he super strong? In the era of like the mythic era, I feel like they've released this guy a little too late. That's my personal opinion. Had they released him 2 months ago before the G1 Mythic was released, he probably would have a little bit more shelf life, because I know in particular this team is starting to head towards it. When we do eventually build Xiao Xiao's daughter, I will need to start to chop down the amount of legendaries I have. And obviously, you can't get rid of your main protagonist, which means that you have 5 options. We can't really get rid of Sao, and we really can't get rid of Tokugawa at this stage. So pretty much old mate Guai, it's either going to be my favorite DPS, um, this guy here, Zhang Yu, or of course Gao himself, the fisherman. So yeah, it is really going to become a juggling festival, which I think a lot of people are going to start to identify. And throwing in a time hero, I mean, anything under a 7 star, maybe 5 star minimum, you probably wouldn't consider it. And if you're sort of heading towards late game, anything post 110 to 120 in your player level, you really don't have the luxury to go ahead and just build these time heroes except for index score. The reality is you will be moving towards a well, here's the thing too. See, G2 mythic heroes are going to be released in a month's time. So you got to remember that G2s are literally around the corner. All we have left is the mythic weapons, and then we'll be hit with another G2 hero. So yeah, we most players haven't even built the G1 heroes yet for the mythic variety. So this might be really confusing for those that are, of course, new to the game and the concepts. So I might give you a slight visual if I have the shard chests. So these are the newest generation, so the mythic heroes. And so when I'm talking about generation 2, these are going to be generation 1 classified, these lovely ladies. So G2 are going to be a set of guys, 4 guys. And of course, these all have nation synergy as well. It's definitely it's a great time to be playing the game if you are just thinking about it from a whale perspective. Jumping onto a new server, being able to actually start building mythics from day one will be a fantastic opportunity. Of course, it will cost you money, but I know that generally speaking, a lot of players in the community do prefer to spend money. I definitely can say this game definitely attracts the whales. And all the love and all the power to them. You know, I never promote spending at all, but I do promote good value. So, if we're thinking it from a good value perspective, is this guy worth investing your gold in? No, I would probably give him a hard miss. If he was the first legendary hero that you want to build, just be aware it's going to take a very long time to get him, and you may not even be able to build him to 7 star because they eventually will remove this event. So unless they bring back a treasure chest feature, he may not even be able to get to 7 star, which I've noticed with Tokugawa. Which is, yeah, kind of fucking annoying because I'd like to finish off Tokugawa, but it doesn't look like I can. Here's another oldie but a goodie. There is an issue at the moment with the ranking system, so there's not showing the rewards based. I have been told though that it is a glitch and you can still get a ranking system. For those that are interested, you do need to still do 60 of the dice to get on the leaderboard. Obviously, we're going to do that because we got, well, how many we've got? 54 here. Um, I accidentally just did one, but that's okay. We did get 5 Myces, so it was a good accident. What are we going to get? We're going to buy the rest of these out. So it's going to cost us 9k, which is fine. That should put us at, yeah, well, 83. So we might be close to 100, which is 1,000 points by the end of the event. Um, it's pretty stock standard, okay? So if you really want to get into the nitty gritty, I've done so many videos on Billionaire's event, but essentially you get bronze, silver, and gold mice. It's a chance to get a gold mousey, but the reality is you're probably just going to be building towards getting your silvers. And then there's some additional things in there as well. Uh, I don't know why. I still can't figure out why. I can't figure out why they did the rock, paper, scissors, and quiz event in this thing. I don't understand it. But anyway, it's just free gold. Unfortunately, it takes up a potential tile of you getting something better. But there are like some percentage rise. You know, you can read through this. Basically, it's a 9% chance to get a silver mice. But every time you get that silver mice drop, you have a chance to get a 10 bomb out of it. So it's like a jackpot. Bronze mice is like 30%, I think, which is ridiculously high. It should be a lot lower than that, especially at this stage of the game. And of course, you do get guaranteed silver mice every 10 pulls. You get three, and you need 100 silver mice essentially to build a, exchange or build a gold micey. So you don't need to have obviously a gold mice to do it. You can just exchange it for the shards, for instance. But if you do have a gold mice, you can exchange the gold mice for a hero, or should I say, a beast of your choosing. So, would I recommend doing Inferno Kitty still? Yes. Just be aware we are transitioning into the age of the mythic beasts as well. It will take about 3 months for the next mythic beast to be released, so you do have some time to finish off your legendaries, but eventually you won't be using legendaries. So it's really hard to get around. I know everybody's like, "Fuck, I spent tens of thousands of dollars in this game, and I've already, it's going to be basically irrelevant." And to a degree, that's true. I can definitely see people getting upset about it, but hopefully this channel will, hopefully we'll all fucking curse the game together. You know what I mean? But Karkaden, yep, Karkaden's still very viable. I mean, if you're building Karkaden, you might as well go ahead and finish him off. Heaven's Dragon has probably got the most utility, along with the Fire Kitty, mainly because of the sustain. Cyan Rook, kind of average until you get him to 7 star, but when you get him to 7 star, and probably shouldn't be a focal point anyway. You'll most likely replace him as the first one to go when you all have a team of mythic beasts. But you can give one hero invincibility, so that's all right. He kind of goes okay with the newest mythic monster. I think I bought the shards if I remember correctly. I would have bought them, right? Where's my beasts at? Backpack. There we go. So I reckon Cyan goes pretty good. The healing bird goes nice with this guy because, of course, invulnerability. And of course, I don't know, additional heals. But this guy can resurrect. So he's going to be an interesting hero. What should I say? Monster hero synergy. But yes, again, a mythic. I feel like everybody should probably have focused on that trend by now. Why don't we shut up and do some spins? Maybe we'll get some gold mice. Sorry, not dice. Gold mices. You never know, right? Just don't give me the fucking jackpot. I swear to God, do not give me the jackpot. I hate it when you get the 666 gold jackpot. It's like, of all things in the game, you could have given me a fucking gold mice. Hey, we did get 10 silver mices though. That's pretty good. I will take that. Obviously, it doesn't matter if you do single pulls on this or you do 10 bombs. We got some free dice. Eh, how many more do we got? How many more? Two more to go. Can we get lucky? Can we get a 10 bomb? Oh, fuck off, game. Don't give me this. What is this rubbish? Ugh, that's disappointing. That is disappointing. Get that shit out of here. Nobody wants the fucking gold. They want the gold mices. Oh well. Anyway, before we curse the game into non-existence, let's check this out. So who's this? Who was Zhu wife? Oh, Zhu got lucky. It's not Dao Chan. I don't think it's Big Mama Q. Is it Hong Zhao? Hong Yong? Huang Yongying? Huang Yongying? I don't know. I can't pronounce this one. Let's just go with you. It looked like that was the right answer. Um, choose it. Choose it. Let's just go middle. Middle is always good. And we lost. And we'll go middle again. We can't lose twice in a row. Hey, we won. There you go. So that's pretty much it in a nutshell. Obviously, we'll be on the leaderboard. So we're coming in second now. Of course, jet lag is probably going to win this event. But at the end of it, I will be able to buy some of the... Ooh. To give you a better experience... Oh, no. Kicked me out. Well, there you go. Apparently, we're under server maintenance, but realistically speaking, that was the event in its entirety. Obviously, we're going to have to cut it short, but I'll catch you all in the next one. If you want, make sure you hit that like, subscribe, notification button, jump into our Discord, and maybe this stupid thing will be cut short shortly.